from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the New York Yankees. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Singy, we get to see the most powerful hitter in the league in this one. He's got home run power, baby.
Who doesn't like bombs, Boo? This guy has wowed the crowds all season. Yeah, get your popcorn ready.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And starting for the Yankees, the right-hander, Gerit Cole. Singing, he's been outstanding and should be fun to watch.
Well, when you have a guy that can limit the opponent to very little run production, you have a great chance to win a ball game when he takes the mound. He's just having an outstanding season so far. You hope he can maintain it, because if he can, he'll be in a nice conversation at the end of the year.
All right, just about ready for baseball. Alejandro Kirk getting ready to hit. Up the middle, Caballero throws to first. One pitch and one out. Okay, let's check out the lineup. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Addison Barger.
Real solid performance for him in his last ball game. Couple of home runs, got to jog around the bases, looked really locked in, and you know, that's the kind of confidence that you want to see a guy have. I'm not saying he has to hit 2 homers again, but I think he's going to be a factor in this one.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. batting with one down, takes a strike. Cole, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable.
Man, Boog, this guy's got a special eye for the fastball. He's just capable of taking away a big part of the pitcher's game.
So a man aboard, and now it's Dalton Varsho. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. I always talk about it. Get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
Springer in the box here and fouls it off for strike one.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the play.
Got him looking for the strikeout.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down, and an RBI mate behind you can pick you up.
Addison Barger in the box now, takes strike one. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Blue Jays leave a pair, and now the Bombers will get their shot. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back now in the Bronx, and today's starting pitcher, Shane Bieber. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think.
Oh, now this one is blasted to right. Forget it. Way back there and gone. He'll circle the bases, and it gives him the lead in the first. It's 1-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at-bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Judge at the plate. Homered last night, added another hit as well. Liner, base hit. And a man aboard.
Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. Blasted 2 home runs in last night's game. In the air to left center. 1 away.
Batting for the second base.
As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Jose Caballero.
Yeah, Boogie's hitting better than 300. Just doing a great job of putting the bat on the baseball. You know he's seeing it well. You know he's trusting his hands. Just seems to be like he's in a groove all the time. And I know that's a great feeling. I had it at stretches in my career, but a big lift for his teammates to have a guy like this in the lineup.
Chisholm in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's a ball and a strike. Hit hard, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
The left fielder, Cody.
That can be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
Bellinger up to hit. Now there's a bullet down the line. And it goes just foul.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
2 on, 1 out.
Boy, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him.
Swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there. Out of here. Cody Bellinger blasts one out. It's their second home run of the inning, and they throw 3 on the board. It's 4-0.
He's been so difficult to pitch against lately. It seems like no matter how you attack him, he finds a way to punish you. Well, I'm not really sure how he kept that fair. When you're out in front of a breaking ball like that, it's such a good chance that it's going to hook foul, but not this time. He kept the hands moving forward just long enough to sneak it inside that foul pole.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Safely into second. He's got a double. And that extends his hitting streak yet again. This is starting to get pretty interesting, Singy.
Yeah, and the way he's going, it seems like there's no end in sight. This is a guy that no pitcher wants to face right now, especially with runners on base. I mean, he's doing all the little things right, and it just seems like he's in cruise control at the plate.
On the ground at first. Guerrero steps on the bag. That's out number 2.
Batting 8, the shortstop, Jose.
And now the shortstop, Jose Caballero. One of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
On the ground to third. On to first. Inning over. Although plenty of damage done. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-0 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. back at Yankee Stadium. All set for the start of the inning.
Well, early in this ball game, down by 4 runs, you've got to try to get a run back and just look at taking at least one an inning. Before you know it, you'll be tied up. He's already pitching with a 4-0 lead, so we should see him be aggressive, fill up the strike zone, don't issue free passes.
Foul ball there. Cole, multi-time All-Star, more than 100 career wins on the mound, a former first-round pick back in 2011. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Digging in, Ernie Clement. First offering, and it just misses. Foul ball. And a 1-1. On the ground. Nope. And that's just foul. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
2 outs, base is empty. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. Santander went deep in his most recent game. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the second. The Yankees 4 and the Jays nothing. Back in the Bronx, bottom half of inning number 2. Ryan McMahon stepping in now for the Yankees.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
On the ground, right side. He'll do it himself. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder, number 12, Trent.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. Here's the center fielder, Trent Grisham. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat.
That's a ball.
Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
It's Aaron Judge now.
Still no dingers for the league leader, Boo. It's just a matter of time, and the outfielders know it. Probably should take a few steps towards the warning track.
Judge rips that one. And that is that. So they go quietly there. We played 2 full. The Yankees 4 and the Jays nothing. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. On to the 3rd inning. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez.
Hey!
Hit in the air, center field. Grisham in position. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the catcher, Alejandro.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Alejandro Kirk now at the plate. Liner snagged at first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
2 down, bases empty. So up next for Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. Ground ball right side. Chisholm slings to first, and Guerrero is set down. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. The Yankees 4 and the Jays nothing. Back here in New York, Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. One of the best bats in the league this season, Siggy.
Yeah, line drives, gap to gap. He's doing it all, Boog. And those extra base hits are just piling up.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single. And that knock bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hitting 10 straight.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory. Average going up, OBP. Everything he's doing at the plate right now just seems to be working.
Man at first. Here's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. 1 down.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Gerit.
Here comes Belly to take his cuts. He had a big 3-run homer in his first trip. Yeah, that's fouled off. He's been one of the best players in the league at driving in runs, Singy. His RBI numbers are good enough to be top 5 in all of baseball. On the ground right side to Jimenez. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. 3 innings complete. The Yankees 4 and the Jays nothing. On to the 4th, and now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
Over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Swing and a ball popped up. Chisholm settles underneath it, and there's 1 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the right fielder, number 4, George.
Here's George Springer, caught looking his first time up.
Yeah!
The Yanks leading by 4, top half of inning number 4. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Barger in the box now. No balls and a strike.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
Out towards right center field. Judge on his way over. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. They're down 4-0. Back in the Bronx, bottom four. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health of that bullpen for him to go back out there. But he's taking this.
Oh, gets dirty. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. He's one of the best players in the game. What a stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Up next for the Yankees, the shortstop, Jose Caballero.
Now it's the shortstop, Jose Caballero. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. Line drive, short hop to third. Gets him easily, ends the inning. So the Yanks go in order. They lead 4-0. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. This one in the air, center field. Brings it in, and there's one away.
The batter, number 22, second baseman, Ernie.
Now here is Ernie Clement. Struck out swinging his first time.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Ball.
The Jays down by 4, and we're at the top of the 5th. Got him swinging for the K. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Santander in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Santander working through some struggles lately.
Yeah, they say baseball is a game of failure, and that's true even for longtime major leaguers. Sometimes you'll have tough stretches just like this, but he's an experienced vet.
Over to Goldie. Out number 3. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Ryan McMahon. Bounce to the right side. Clement in plenty of time to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder, number 12, Brent.
Back to the top of the order now. So up next for New York, Trent Grisham. He's already homered in this game. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. 2 down.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, number 99, Aaron.
And now big number 99, Aaron Judge, 1 for 2. Left field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And now a two-out opportunity for Giancarlo Stanton.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. That's it for Shane Bieber, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for
Brendan Little taking over on the mound.
He's averaging more than 1 hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
2 outs, runner at first. Here's Stanton now. Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw. Play made. That ends the inning. 1 left for the Yankees, but they lead it 4-0. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. Andres Jimenez digs in now.
Andres Jimenez.
Swinging a foul straight back.
Well, these Jays just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Swings and misses. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, I think he's got to be feeling pretty invincible out there on the mound right now. I mean, he's got the shutout working so far, and even when he challenges these guys, he's getting away with it. That pitch right there really wasn't anything special, a hittable pitch, but he gets the punch out.
Kirk in the box again, takes a strike. Hit in the air, right field. Judge settles under it. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Jazz tosses to first. That's out number 3. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Bottom of the 6th, and stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over aggressive. 5 hits for them on the first pitch alone, so they're swinging and connecting right out of the gates.
Chases that one upstairs.
And of course, sometimes you need to be patient as an offense and let the pitcher come to you, but you can't argue with the game plan they're using in this one.
On the ground, right side, and that chance handled. Over to first. A great play deep in the hole.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. He crushed one out of here earlier, an absolute tape measure shot.
Yeah, indeed. It was a rocket. Just launched that thing. His swing, man, is so clean right now. I doubt he even felt the baseball make contact with the bat.
Towards first. takes it himself, and that's an out.
Up next for the Yankees, the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
2 outs, base is empty. Goldie steps into the box. Ball 1, no strikes. To third, Barger. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. 1-2-3 go the Yankees, but they're in front 4-0. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Pretty amazing, his first pitch strike percentage over 90%. You know you're getting something in the zone first pitch. So if you're a hitter, got to be ready to let it fly, even though he's had a lot of success on that first pitch of the at bat.
Got him looking for the K. Strikeout number 8. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And first offering is fouled off. The Yankees leading by 4 here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offering is fouled back. Strike 3, struck him out for the 3rd time today. Springer wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball, and they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. Drilled out towards left center field. Back there. Into the bullpen and gone. George Springer takes him deep, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 4-1.
Well, there goes the shutout, just like that. They're still behind, but this is a start. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
So up next for Toronto, Addison Barger.
Hey!
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. If he's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone, sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
2 down, base is empty. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Juan Yepez. Here's a high chopper, and that one handled. Whips it to first. Inning over. This homer cuts into Toronto's deficit. It's now a 4-1 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Braden Fisher.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
That one fouled off. Fisher is what you're looking for in a good reliever. The ball stays in the ballpark. It's so hard to square him up. Comes up empty.
Yeah, he stays out of the middle and pitches either at the bottom or at the top on the edges. And because of that, if you do get it in the air, it's usually just a high fly ball. And when it's down in the zone, it's on the ground.
Varsho takes it in for the out. One up, one down.
Up next for the Yankees, the shortstop.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Jose Caballero has grounded out. A couple of times. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a man aboard now with one away. He's so consistent that the manager basically can look at it like he's got 3 outs sitting in his pocket. That shortens the game. Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. He's grounded out a couple of times. He was late there. Strike one.
When he takes the mound, you feel like, hey, this inning is wrapped or this ball game is over. He's just that good. And you can see it in opposing hitters as well.
On the ground, a second, might be 2 to Jimenez. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. 8th inning coming up. The Yankees 4 and the Blue Jays 1.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Weathers. Stepping in, Ernie Clement.
The second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
On the ground to the left. Throw to first in time.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Anthony Santander at the plate. A switch hitter batting right.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate. Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Great location with that 2-strike fastball. I'll tell you what, as a hitter, you're looking to protect the outside part of the plate, stay back on something off speed. So many times that location with 2 strikes, you just can't get around on it, and that's a tough one to compete with.
Jimenez in the box again, takes a strike.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
2 down, nobody on. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Down in order go the Blue Jays. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Tommy Nance.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
Back to the top of the order. Leading off, Trent Grisham. He's already homered here in this one. Well struck, deep right field, way back, and out of here. Another homer, his 2nd home run of the game, and they tack one on the board. It's 5-1.
A little more breathing room is always a good thing in baseball, and now they have it.
So let's take a closer look inside the numbers. That blast from StatCast, 113 miles an hour off the bat, Singy.
And it just flew out of here, Boog. Even if you only heard the ball hit the bat, you knew that was a home run. I mean, he put a perfect swing on it, and the numbers back it up.
Here is Aaron Judge. There's a swing and a drive. That's bad. And there it is. The league leader gets on the board. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 6-1.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton, 1 for 3. The 0-1. Grounds one to short. Dives, and he can't hang on. He beats the throw, and they don't get an out on the play.
Second baseman.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Tommy Nance departs. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. New pitcher now for the Jays, number 62.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Man at first, nobody out. So up next for New York, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Here's Cody Bellinger. That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. Can't reach it. This should score at least one. Here comes Stanton. The relay. Safe at home. And the runner scores from second. And it's now a 6-run lead.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring it back.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. And here's Paul Goldschmidt. Fouls away the first offering. And fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. He's got it. Both runners tagging. The relay to third. Safe. And they add to their lead as the run scores from third.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. Well struck right field. That's not coming back. A two-run homer, their third home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. And all he needed was a late single to keep his hitting streak alive, but that'll do.
Yeah, nerves of steel. He knew the streak was on the line, but he didn't let it stop him from blasting one out of here. Keep it going, my guy. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Number 62 will depart, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Jimmy Garcia.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than one hit per inning pitch so far this season.
Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees. In the air to left center, and it drops in, and that's a one-out single.
When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
And that gets down into the gap. Caballero around third. He'll score. It's 11-1.
And for him, that's 2 solid weeks with a hit in every game. I mean, he's running his hitting streak to 14, and let me tell you, that's no easy task. This guy's grinding out at bats. He's figuring out ways to put the ball in play and just as well do it with some authority.
And now the center fielder, Trent Grisham, back into the box for the second time this inning. And we remember what he did the first time around.
Yes, we do. And now he has the chance to do it again. Some of the biggest names in baseball history have pulled this off. He's going for 2 home runs in the same inning.
Nice grab. Over to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, number 99.
Here comes Aaron Judge.
Well, the home run leader already has one today because, of course, he does. This crowd's buzzing like they smell a second one coming right here.
Hard liner. Varsho after it. Makes the grab, tracks it down after the long run. That is the inning. But they score 7 times to blow this thing open. 9th inning coming up. The Yanks out front 11-1. Last chance coming up for the Blue Jays. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, David Bednar.
And he's been really shutting down hitters from the right side of the plate this year. Not a lot of hard contact, not a lot of hits, period.
So back to the top of the order. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. 0 for 3 in this one.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Bednar, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a curve, and occasionally works in a splitter. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1. Swing and a ground ball. Slings to first in time.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
And now Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Hey!
1 down, base is empty here in the 9th. Fought off foul. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 0-2. Bounce to the right. Chisholm. Throw to first in time.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the center fielder, number 5, Dalton
So it's their last chance in this one. And the batter now, Dalton Varsho.
Aye.
They're down to their final strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Two down, nobody on. High fly ball, right field. Judge moving under it. He's got it. Ball game. The Yankees have won 10 in a row.
So they'll break into another level with this win streak at 10 now. I think the key is to maintain the focus, because you can have this motivation to get to double digits and then have a letdown. They've got to try to just put out all the distractions, turn off the sports highlights, and come back out here and play baseball the way they've been doing it in the next game.
Ice cream, taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the